What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype episode 335. It's holiday time. We've got the Eclipse. Lots of stuff going down. Heritage. Happy Heritage Day here. As you guys are listening to this on Thursday, it's the day after Happy Heritage Day, but we got a great deal for you guys. We're doing lots of breaks, which is not a breaking product, but you guys that break with us here at Mojobreak.com know that we do your heritage every year. We ship all base cards, but we want to save you guys 15% off any of your teams on heritage case breaks. Use code REAL1 and get 15% off. It's a very limited coupon, so I would get on it right now to save money. We're going to talk Jackson Holliday. We've got some news coming out of eBay and Goldin. Angel Reese, lots of stuff to discuss today. Did you guys see that viral video about the wife opening and throwing some of the guns?
Yes.
Whoa.
We're starting off with that.
I thought we were going to start off with something else. I was like, whoa. I'm like, I thought we weren't going to talk about that. But yes, I did see that. It was pretty funny. I mean, is this card gonna buy me a steak?
What I'm confused. What I want to know is that okay. And God,
there's a lot of questions I have.
Just buy the woman some steak every
That's
now and then.
what I'm saying.
Dude.
Oh, for sure.
Just take her out for some steak dinner every now and then.
A lot of the cards that she was pulling up were kind of garbage anyway. I mean, I honestly don't think if she put all those cards together, she would be able to get a steak.
That's what I gathered is that she clearly.
Maybe a double cheeseburger from McDonald's, but I don't know anymore because that might be a double cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Is the equivalent.
As soon as this podcast airs on Thursday, it might be $18.
You might as well go get a steak.
And everything, inflation. There's a lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on. You might as well get a steak.
McDonald's now is fine dining.
The main thing I want to say about the video is that you see her first trashing everything.
I mean, for listeners that don't know what we're talking about, I believe it was Card Purchaser retweeted it on Twitter. I think her name is like Tastefully Trisha, who she has like a YouTube account. But she's basically like on the floor, right? Going through like boxes that she looks like she already opened up, and she's going through throwing these cards
around
and finding. I'm looking for the autographs because that's what he told me. And very like tongue in cheek, right? Like very sarcastic. Of like, are these cards like this is basically insinuating this is what my husband spent his money on. And they are not going to pay the bills.
Where was the husband? Because it sounded like he kind of said he was going to go buy a pack of smokes and just bounce.
Yeah, I was going to say, did the comments clarify that?
It kind of seemed like he left. Like he was gone, and this is what he left behind.
He took the good stuff. And he left the garbage.
Because she kept on alluding to the fact that, like, he took the good ones. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, yeah. No, this is a bad. I mean, she obviously was doing it as, like, a bit. And it was funny. It was funny. I get it. But what I enjoyed was credit to Card Purchaser. He actually posted. He's like, "Are you really a card collector if you don't have $160,000 in credit card debt?"
Well, those are two separate scenarios, but yes, very similar.
I loved it.
There's another post about a lady that was going through some financial problems with her husband and wondering why they had no money, and he had a private bank account separate from hers, and I guess she started digging and found out in 2 years he spent $160,000 on what he called investments, which was trading cards. So she was like, I'm going to take every opportunity. Like, she's like, we almost got divorced, but we're working it out, but I'm still angry. I feel like I need to be able to spend $80,000 of that dollars somehow because that's half mine because we're married, blah, blah, blah.
But you're already in finance. That doesn't make sense. If you're already financially, she
didn't say they were broke, but she said it was like financial abuse,
okay,
which I had never heard of before.
But
wow,
being able to spend $80,000 just to do more financial abuse.
I mean, hey, eye for an eye, I guess, or a dollar for a dollar.
Yeah, okay. It's like, oh, you're reckless. Hold my beer.
Yeah. Let me show you what I can do with
this. But like the part I'm
move.
confused about the video is that like as she's going, she starts stacking up the cards like nicely, and then she's like, remember by the end she's like has that stack. She's like, let me put them over here.
Maybe he didn't go out for smokes. Maybe he went out to get some top loaders because clearly none of those.
None of them.
None of those cards were in top.
Yeah,
loaders.
I don't.
Even if they're worthless, you would think you would still sleeve it and top load it, right? Like, like you don't know that they're worthless.
It was a lot of like older upper deck stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe they were. And we've probably all done this as collectors, like especially collectors that aren't in the business like we are. Is like you start downgrading cards and taking them out of the top loaders.
For sure.
Put it in your new.
Yeah.
Never a good
that.
sign when a card loses the opportunity to be in a top loader. That card very rarely makes a rebound.
No. And you know, when you're younger too, you're a little overzealous. You're throwing stuff in top loaders where you're like, I mean, I remember looking back through my old stuff and I was like, what is this doing in here? What is this Jeff Kent base card from 2002 doing in a top loader?
Well, it's Jeff Kent. I get it.
Why is it here?
I mean, a lot of this stuff looked like it was around the Kevin Durant rookie era because there was a lot of the upper deck stuff.
Mid-2000s, yep.
So, you know, the autograph out of that guy probably spent $100 in the box. He got an autograph, put it in a top loader at some point, but maybe, you know, bought some Heritage this week and, you know, moved them out.
Yeah, because nothing she showed was modern.
Yeah, that was all late,
modern
2000s.
in the sense
Like
that
not like
vintage,
within the
but
last 10 years.
Or
I mean.
good.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of like going to card shows and flipping through the $1, $2 bins.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go get that steak instead.
Go get that.
Go, you know, don't even do the steak dinner. Go
I mean,
go
you could
to
try,
your local
you could
grocery
try
store.
going
Make
to
it.
Mastro's, taking
That
100
too.
of those cards, and when that bill comes,
And say,
just
"What'll this
stack
get me?"
100 of those cards up there and be like, "We should be good. We should be straight here." That's your tip included as well.
What's this Vladi Divac auto gonna get me? Does it get me at least a cutlet? You know?
As currency. Cards as currency.
At some point. At some point.
Now, I mean,
the world I wanna
not to
live in.
deep dive into the, you know, marriage dynamic here, but what do you think percentage of, and I know there's a lot of female collectors out there and they're growing, but what percentage of married men that buy and collect have full and 100% support from their spouse?
Full and 100%, like 100%, 100% seems like a large number. 100% would be like 10%. 10% of the 10% of the marriages. Now, 50%, I think you can probably go up to like 60 or 70% support. But 100%, like you want to buy the Yankees in a Heritage break and spend $1,000. I don't know if any spouse is going to be like, I support that.
Well, I think you got to have,
or do they even know about it? Let's be honest.
well, you know, I'm obviously have a good excuse for having a lot of cards, but like if I didn't, and there's other things that I have hobbies of, you can't be in a marriage and be like, you just bought a case for $2,500, and then when she goes out and says, "Can I get this $1,000 purse?" You're like, "We don't have any money." That doesn't work, right? You know,
that never
Or
works.
like,
That never works.
You could. I don't know how it's going to work out, but you very well could do that.
And I think that exactly is the dynamic that plays out in most of the men that are married and that are collecting or whatever hobby you're into, right? Whatever your vice is that you that you enjoy on the side as a hobby that you spend some money on. That's always the dynamic. It's like, man, if I tell my spouse everything that I bought, like for this, like say it's even action figures or something. If she knows I spent $500 on this statue of Batman, she's gonna ask me to also spend $500 when we go out and she
Correct.
wants something.
yeah,
It's a give and take.
If you're like money's tight, like, oh hey, you know that we got invited to go out to this fancy restaurant that's going to cost us $1,000. I already told them yes, and you're like, I don't think we have the money, and then they're going to be like, well, you just bought that case of cards.
Yeah, but that case of cards potentially could be worth more.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, the dinner.
The dinner
is-
is not
that's-
going to
yeah.
appreciate. You're not going to get done, go home, and be like, that was such a good dinner. We're going to give you $2,000.
No, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. It will depreciate out of you. That is how it works.
Now, there could be an argument made on the female side of things for some purses, though.
Yeah, but
there could be that argument made.
There's also other like shoes. I don't think shoes are going to appreciate. I mean,
Well, now we're talking. Well, if we're talking
I'm not-
sneakers and stuff.
I'm not
yeah.
talking like limited runs of like Jordans or anything
Sure.
like that.
But I think that. Well, I don't know. I could. Be
I know the
totally wrong. I don't
handbags
know.
probably could
handbags
appreciate.
are
Handbags.
like
That is the
investment.
thing, though. Yeah, that is definitely.
I'm trying to
there's
think
a
of what-
market there.
Or jewelry.
Jewelry is one that could, fluctuate a lot.
Yep.
It's, yeah, I would say unless it's like gold, right?
What about like hairdos and manicures.
Here,
and
I'll
pedicures.
throw one out.
Those don't appreciate. Those don't go up.
I'll throw one out. My wife loves going to like buying flowers. She loves gardening, loves going and like there's nothing there
To plant them.
To plant them.
Yeah, I mean,
sure, they'll grow.
They grow. And
They will appreciate.
They appreciate and grow.
And
but
it's
like
nice to have a nice looking
like,
backyard and garden.
like
Yeah,
a,
they
like
can
a
make your mood better.
yeah, absolutely.
like a bouquet of flowers that you go and
but
get
there
at,
is
like,
no
a
monetary
florist.
value.
That is a depreciating asset
Yes.
because those are going to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Certain type of plants.
The cards die
Certain
too, though.
types, yeah.
Like,
But
You get a nice
cards
succulent?
cards don't shrivel up
No.
and die.
No. But we, you get like a
they can
nice like
turn green.
agave.
Like
They can
going
turn
out, like if
green.
you go out and buy a bunch of expensive chocolate, it's not an appreciating
No,
asset.
it's not. Oh, but it's delicious though.
now, if you bought a very expensive bottle of whiskey from 1970,
You
that
can't
could
open, but
appreciate
you can't
it.
open
No,
it.
You
yeah.
can't open it.
You
Yeah,
can't
you
open
You
it.
certainly can't appreciate it. We'll put it that way. If you
Stare at
want it.
You can look at it.
Now, I don't know. Can't you open it? It's like you drink a little bit, but the amount that you still have in there is still valuable.
You can't sell it.
No, at that point it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think you can be like, okay, this
I only took a little sip.
sealed is a $5,000 bottle of whiskey. There's about 65% in there. So I'm going to sell it for 65% of the
Because-
value. I don't think it works that way.
I think we've all seen that documentary about the whiskey heist, right? We've all seen that.
with Pappy.
Yeah, with Pappy, right?
I've not seen it yet, but I need to
No,
watch
I
it.
don't.
now.
Yeah,
I've
you should
seen
watch it. It's a great documentary. There's a point in there where he talks about like, I had like some loose, like I had some that were like in my cabinet, and my friend's like, can I buy those? And like they were already, so there's like some value.
But what if you were running a scam and you're basically you have a bottle of Pappy and then you just go get a bottle of Jack Daniels
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
just
okay.
like
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
basically put the bottle of Jack Daniels inside the Pappy bottle and you're like, cool man, there's like half of this left.
Yeah.
I'll take $2,000.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if you're spending,
I mean,
know the difference.
but I know it's a big no-no with bars. Like you can
Yeah.
literally get your liquor license. They have like
Oh yeah.
they have people come in, at least in California, that audit stuff like that to make sure you're not doing that.
Devaluing their product.
yeah, that makes sense. But I'm saying, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be spending that type of money on anything, especially something like that, you should almost be a connoisseur if you're like if you're spending that type of money.
What is one of the worst things that you can buy like that? Like whiskey, I guess would be that some people are big whiskey fans and like that theoretically could appreciate.
Oh,
but,
that will like.
that will like that is just like will depreciate. Like I mean, besides obviously like a car.
I was gonna say a
like
car.
a brand new car. You're
A
just
boat.
Like, a boat.
A boat.
A boat.
Number, honestly, and no disrespect to anyone. I love who doesn't love being on a boat?
What if you like go out?
Everybody
and you just,
loves being on a
go
boat
out and
unless you can
spend
see
like $20,000 on truffles, like the
Oh yeah, those things. Yeah.
like that would. I don't know if that's.
I mean,
I don't
it's-
know if that's a purchase I can get behind.
it's a great trade if you're going out in the forest and finding those truffles.
Yeah,
It's
no, I'm saying
interesting. I
like you're
found-
going out
yeah.
and buying them in the market.
Yeah,
And
no,
you're just
that's-
like I'm going to collect truffles. And how long is the shelf life on a truffle?
I don't know actually. The only reason you'd
we're
be doing
talking,
that,
we're
yeah.
talking mushrooms.
Look,
here.
if the only reason you'd be doing that if you got some sort of 5-star Michelin star restaurant or something, you know. Yeah,
But it's all relevant if you're a reseller. You hear about those guys that catch
No.
those tunas.
Which
in
in that
Japan,
case,
I make a
they
grill-
go for like
I make
$1
a
million
grilled cheese sandwich. I like
then
to
they cut it
put-
up and they sell it to all the sushi.
Here's the
stores.
thing,
I
though,
make
is-
a grilled cheese sandwich. I like to put $800 worth of truffles.
We're talking the
on
truffle.
on my sandwich.
But if you do have like a Michelin star restaurant, you are going to be marking up whatever you put truffle in. So you're going to be you're trying to account for that, right? So I guess even that is like.
So I guess this is the question to our and shout, we have a new Facebook group because we realized that the entry in on a private group was a little bit harder to grow, so it's public now. So obviously we'll be moderating that. But so join the new group if you haven't. But my question, to you guys, if you want to post this on there, is how you and your significant other balance your card collecting habits.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I like that.
How do you balance?
I like that.
Well, maybe your significant other's involved in the hobby and you don't balance it and you share it. Or if
Which
that
is
person
beautiful.
absolutely isn't, what are you doing to counterbalance that? Or maybe you just have a really cool significant other that just doesn't even care unless you have full reign. I don't
Or
know.
like I balance it by having alternate ship to addresses. I have a lot of breaks shipped to my work.
Change the name on there.
I have a debit card that is sent to my Coinbase account, and I do solely crypto exchange.
It was funny. There was a video floating around on TikTok. It was like somebody walked in. I think they use the voiceovers. People, it's not really their voice, but it was like the guy walked in with like a National Treasures box, and she's like, "Where'd you get that?" "They gave it to me." Like they gave it to me. I want it. It's free. Like just this like.
That's what I used to tell my mom when I was a kid.
They gave it to me.
Yeah, when I came home with something I wasn't supposed to, they just gave it to me for free, Mom.
Yeah, could you believe? They thought, what an adorable kid. Let's just give him a box of
I was
cards.
the 500th customer that day. They were doing a promo.
Yeah.
I just happened to be there at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just luck. It's meant to be. Anyways, let's get back to the solar eclipse card. What did you guys think when you saw the solar eclipse card on Topps Now?
Cool. Fun.
Really?
Fun.
Who cares? Sorry.
Was
Doom and
it-
gloom. I mean, why do we make such a big deal about the eclipse?
It's the celestial dance.
Dude, in my lifetime, I feel like there's been at least 100 of these. And then we always act when one happens.
It's totality, though.
This isn't going to happen again for another 60 years.
Well, we're not
I've only
getting-
been here for 41, and I've seen like 100 of them.
Look. Here's the thing. We did not get to fully appreciate it here in California because we got like a 20,
Didn't even
30%.
know.
It was hard to notice.
Was on a run. Didn't even know.
Yeah, it might have
Didn't know,
gotten-
Didn't care. There's little clouds and Gilroy.
Might have gotten a
didn't
little
matter.
gray. Yeah, might have gotten a little gray. But then, like, I see those videos in, like, Cleveland and in Dallas. I'm like, this is cool. It's cool to have.
I will say this. I think it looks cool as well.
So check this out. I get my wallet. And I go up to the sun. I just go like that.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's an eclipse.
Look.
It's an eclipse. Where's the sun?
Not to get all, like, emotional here or anything. but
Emotional?
no, I'm serious. I'm dead serious here. It's nice to have moments that bring the whole world together in times where it feels like we are more separate than ever. And it's cool. And I think it's cool every once in a while to have a moment like, oh yeah, we are just a little speck in this massive
People
universe.
really-
I think it's cool.
I think we make a big deal out of little things.
This isn't, but it's
a
cool.
little. Again, it's happened. The next one's going to be in 40 years.
About the next
I
totality
could
in the United
guarantee
States
you
will be
in 2 years, there's going to be another one. And then we're going to talk
Well,
about
I
it.
will say
But
this.
again, we're talking totality. That's in the
Sounds like a big
continental
word. I don't
United States.
understand what that word means.
It
Does that
means
mean that-
what happened the other day, where it went completely dark in some places.
No,
so we're gonna get another one.
not
Actually,
dark.
it's gonna
It
be
was pretty light.
It's gonna be in close to us. I think in Reading, it'll cross through. Is gonna be the biggest city that's gonna have a full totality.
And what year?
So 2044 will be the next totality.
So Reading is
On
going
Hype-
to
on
be
Hype
the tourist.
17.
Go to Shasta.
The tourist mecca
Take
of the United States is going to be Reading,
take
California.
the family up to Shasta for the weekend.
I
Hang
might
out at
have
the
to
lake.
do
It's going to
that.
be in August, so it'll be if the
What-
lake hasn't
what
completely
year?
dried out by then.
What year again?
2044.
Man, I don't plan 3 weeks ahead of advance. Like I'm
think
not
I'm planning
not
20
doing
years?
30 years, 20
Go on the
years.
Airbnb, see if they got a spot for it.
I'm ready.
I guess the one thing you can kind of consider a plus if you're looking at small talk, you go in and get your hair cut and you see your barber once every 2 months and you're like, how's the weather? How's the traffic? At least now you're like, how was the eclipse?
How was
so
the
you had
eclipse?
something to talk about.
If he's anywhere near where you live, he's going to be like, I have no idea because I didn't see it because nothing happened.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I talked to some people inside the industry that were in those areas and they were like, yeah, it was cool. It went dark. That was a small talk. It wasn't like, hey, what are you doing today? Oh, yeah.
I love the fact that
lunch
we
was
get
good.
excited about it getting dark. Go into a building, turn the lights off. Holy shit!
There
What
was
is that?
But imagine though.
I feel like I'm pissing in Cody's Wheaties right now.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Again.
Sorry, I'm not a.
The stars, the moon,
What's the class I took in college? That's
Astronomy.
It'd be astronomy.
I got an A in that class.
I fell
Sure,
asleep. I
good
fell asleep
job.
in that one.
I don't know. I've always been fascinated by that stuff. I think it's cool. It's cool that, again, the reminder that we are just, this little ball of gas floating in this great
Quote the
celestial
great Lloyd
web.
Christmas. We landed on the moon.
We did.
Good
I've been watching
job.
a show he's in called
we'd go
American
back.
Rust, but Jeff Daniels, that is. But a lot of people seem to like it because the final print run on the Solar Eclipse card was 23,899 copies.
So a lot of people did order it.
Yes.
Wow.
Because everybody can relate to it because everybody lived through it, and I'm just a salty.
Did that beat the Bernie Mittens card?
Ooh, I need to look that up. That's a good call. I bet it didn't.
The coolest solar.
But I'm gonna look it up.
I'll add this little tidbit. The coolest solar eclipse video I saw was, I think, from Texas, and like there was a bunch of people obviously staring up at the sky, and it looked like the little UFO passed through the clouds.
But-
Oh,
was
yeah.
sick.
What's this?
Also,
was sick.
people thought like you get like crazy
Deep conspiracies.
deep conspiracy that like
Yes.
like it was. I felt like for a second it was like Y2K all over again.
Yeah,
it was
a
like,
little bit.
oh, the eclipse is gonna happen, and then the world's gonna end.
Well, ancient civilizations would do things like sacrifices, or they would have major events or something.
We've come a long way.
We have.
We've come a long way.
But I mean,
and
but
to
having
think
a
that we didn't
conspiracy
have
theory,
to do a sacrifice this time.
It's great. But
I'm
a
not-
conspiracy theory for it, it's just in line with how we've done things in the whole history of civilization.
I'm not going to lie. I got me to spend some money. I charged up my generator. I bought some flashlights, and I bought a radio.
Hey,
So
summer's
I
right
did.
around the corner, so it's good to actually.
I bought a
have charge.
talk radio just in case. You never know.
Summer's right around the corner.
For
It's good to
the,
have
you
that
mean
charge anyway.
just in general, or for the solar
Just in
eclipse?
case the power went out somehow, and I'm reading these deep conspiracies. I wanted to be prepared.
It just doesn't.
Now I have 'em
it
for
just
any other
doesn't
event.
last that long.
Yeah.
Look, it's a cool thing that everybody in the world can get behind, and it was
Well,
fun.
not
It was even
everybody.
fun. Not everybody. not present company excluded. By the way, I have the print run. So what was it? 23 some odd.
23,899.
Anyone want to take a guess with the Bernie Sanders one?
It was around a crazy time. I'm gonna say 72,000.
Yeah, take into account this is
72,000.
January, February of 2021.
72,000.
72,000.
50.
Any other guesses? 50. See right. 91,169.
Feel the burn.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I think
bought 25 of them.
Yeah,
No, I
we
think
bought
I
20
actually-
we bought 25.
Yeah, we all were buying. Yeah, we were all feeling the burn.
I mean,
in that moment.
it was also hilarious.
It was like
It
Nick
was
Top.
funny.
it was such a funny
Yeah,
card.
it was.
The
The picture, everything about it was like we all, like for a month we were making memes out of that. It was wild times.
It was good.
Yeah.
So 2024 Heritage releases today, and like once again, you guys are listening to this on Thursday. Use that code REAL1 from Mojobreak.com to save 15% off, which is actually a really big coupon to save money on some Heritage. But some of the highlights, it's obviously the 75 design, which if anybody was around back in 75 collecting, highlighted by the George Brett's rookie card design. So, that's
Robin Yount.
And Robin Yount.
Yeah.
And I believe they had minis that year.
the mini, and they weren't quite minis.
They were like
weren't-
in-betweeners.
They're like they're tweeners.
So Heritage features the first Juan Soto Yankee auto, and I believe he has one that is inscribed my first Yankee auto, which will be a big chase. Celebrity cut signatures including Elvis, Ali, Jack Nicholson, Spielberg. Spielberg's still alive, correct?
Yeah, he's still around.
Okay. We haven't
Still
cut
making
auto,
movies.
Yeah. Tops in 3D, retail only, nickname variations, 1 in 1,578 packs, includes Ellie De La Cruz and Jason Dominguez, throwback uni variations, and more. So, as we were breaking it today, it is a little difficult to determine some of the variations because they are not flipped around this year. So what you will want to look at on the back of your card, if you are opening up Heritage personally, is to look at the number of the card, and in little letters below it'll say white border or image variation in really small letters. That's how you're gonna be
Might
able
want to
to
put on your reading
On
glasses.
the
Back of the card.
back top, like where they have the all the writing, like tops.
No, it's even
2004.
smaller this year.
It's tiny. I honestly did not bring my glasses. Could not see it.
Yeah, so there's
It's-
like a
but you
little
could- you
checklist
could see
number. It
there's
says
a
like
little-
354, and then under that, in that
Okay,
same
you
box,
You could see.
Okay.
I think it's actually.
So it's
right
next to the
above it.
card number then.
Right above it, you could see it's like tiny, tiny, tiny.
Got it.
I mean, it's bigger than like the font that's on the back of the card, where you actually try to find the numbering. You know how that's how you used to find
yeah.
like the variations back in the day. You would find the actual number on the back.
Impossible to figure it out sometimes.
about the same font size as that.
And honestly, this product is kryptonite to breakers for the most part. So like most breakers will not do this product, which we've been doing it since we've been scrubs. Like, come on, get in the trenches and do this product.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be a breaker. Not everything could be flawless. Not everything could be NT. Sometimes you gotta
get in the
pull
trenches.
yourself up by the bootstraps and get to work.
Get in the trenches.
And you get in the trenches and you break heritage.
Yeah, get your elbows dirty. Yeah. How many other things can we throw out?
Hey, you gotta put in that work.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to go through the combine.
Now I'm waiting for somebody to be like, "Well, I'm a breaker and I did a 75 case by player." I'll be like, "Well, you're the man.
Bravo.
You're the man.
Yeah,
you're the GOAT. You're the best. You're the greatest ever to do it."
That's right.
But I mean, honestly, like the red autos that are going to be numbered to 75 this year of the rookies, they held their value. You can look up Shohei Ohtani's. You can look at some of the Mike Trouts over the years. And I actually think that the dual autographs, which are on card, usually like a current vet and a Hall of Famer of the same team, usually what they do are fantastic. I think they're some of the best dual autos. So as far as high-end chase, it is in there. You're getting about 3 autos per case on average. So out of a 12-box case, so about 1 in 4 boxes. But you're getting a lot of cards, so if you're a team collector, this is your set. You're going to get all your Yankee cards. You're going to get all your Blue Jay cards, whatever team that you buy. So I've always been a fan of it, and I will officially be old in about 7 years when they do the 82 set.
So they also have like chrome inserts, which I think they've had for probably the last 4 or 5 years. Yep. This year specifically, check them out. The chromed 75 looks amazing. And they have parallels of those chromes, but this might be the best chrome heritage design I've seen.
Awesome. Yeah. It's a great set. I think it's a 500 card. I'm like, I don't even know how they're going to do high number. They did 500 subjects.
Well, I'll tell you, they probably are going to do high number.
Well, they're not?
They probably are.
Oh. Well, I said, you're going to get another 500 guys, and then Cody might get a card at that point.
Sweet. Let's do it.
So speaking, and this is probably not even on our itinerary for today. Do we have Jackson Holliday being called up?
We do, yeah. That's actually the next segment.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about it.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk. I was gonna throw it in there.
Discuss them in detail.
But obviously, you guys are really good at your jobs, so.
Yeah, Cody's got that slide next. But a few things of note on this week of the hobby. We already went over the solar eclipse. Angel Reese signs an exclusive deal with Panini America. So the 2 biggest WNBA potential rookies next year are going to be only in the probably the WNBA products obviously now. So I mean, Topps has ran their course through Bowman University, Bowman Chrome, and all the stuff that they had of her in her college uniform. So I mean, WNBA Prism's shaping up to probably be the biggest of all, even over the inaugural year.
Now, it's easy to. They're probably going to have more WNBA SKUs, right? We're probably going to get
almost certainly.
We're probably going to get WNBA
Mosaic.
Do you think we can go WNBA high end? You think it could be a No, well, I don't know if we can go WNBA NT, but maybe like Spectra or maybe a WNBA Contenders.
That might, you know what?
Revolution doesn't work.
I could see them doing something down the road too, where you could go even a step up because they're going to have these 2 big names.
I think without a doubt,
sure.
They are going to add SKUs of WNBA this year.
Yeah, they
because there's no better time to do it than right now.
You've got to prep everybody for NBA is leaving Panini. This is going to be the big basketball product we have. And, we have the 2 biggest stars to come out of college
WNBA
in
Optic.
years.
And don't count it out. Like I said, I think a couple podcasts ago, is maybe they do. Yeah, obviously they do more products, but if they don't do the flawless and NT, they could put those as like 2 or 3 players in there as RPAs in the
actual NBA ones.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. That's almost certainly
if
what
it's
they're gonna
possible.
do.
I don't know how licensing crosses over. But
I mean, NBA and WNBA NBA is the parent company of WNBA. So I'm sure they wouldn't be mad at that, right?
What does Panini have to lose?
Right.
Is the NBA going to take their license away?
Right. And imagine, oh man,
they're going to be like, whatever.
Look, I know.
They're gonna do it anyways.
Well, I know when you make a Players Association product, from what I've heard, is you could have 2 non-Players Association players.
Perfect.
There it is.
Perfect.
So you could have Angel Reese and you could have
Caitlin Clark.
And Caitlin Clark.
Which, by the way, did you see the numbers? I think it was 18.7 million viewers
Yep.
on that game, which I think trumped a lot of other games.
It's
right?
one of the most viewed basketball games in years, period. Just period.
So, I mean, I actually was even thinking, and you guys that are listening could think about doing this, getting in on those, like stashing away that first WNBA Prism. I know she's not in there, but like if the WNBA takes off and we're creating young collectors, young girl collectors that are like in their, maybe 9-10 years old right now that can't buy a box, but then 10 years from now, they start getting a little bit of money, getting their careers, and we've created this big demographic of WNBA supporters.
I think that's Panini's dream right now.
Yep, that's what they're aiming for. That's absolutely what they're aiming for. It's interesting, man. I just to kind of go off of what you're talking about with Flawless. Last week we were saying, God, that Flawless next year's got with Wemby, with potential Chet Logomans, and now you're throwing in Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese in the mix as well potentially. There is that. I mean, that is going to be huge potentially for
if they do
Flawless.
it.
If they do it, it feels like though. If everything you just said, I would be pretty surprised if they don't try to include them somehow.
And now you could have breaks with 32 spots, or
Yep.
an extra spot at least for the non or whatever you would call it, the WNBA spot. So, I mean, I was at the Lazy Dog watching the game, and there was a lot of people. Lazy Dog's a restaurant, by the way.
You didn't go to BJ's?
No. And I was watching the whole game there pretty much, and Caitlin Clark obviously came up a little short, but I mean,
South Carolina.
South Carolina had some very tall.
That team's no joke.
So
that team is no joke.
they were getting out rebounded. I think that was the biggest difference in the game was the rebounds there.
Don Staley now 2 out of the last 3 and 3 in the last 7, I want to say. So she is now that might start to take over. I mean, UConn's always going to be the premier women's program, but like I feel like South Carolina might be to a new generation. That might be the program
That's their third
everybody wants to go to.
Right?
Third championship in the last 7 years.
And UConn men's went back to back.
They went back to back. UConn men are back to like I remember in the 2000s it was like UConn men was like the class of college basketball.
I think
so
everybody
many huge stars.
was hoping for the men's final to be a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, I mean that
UConn
final score ended up being a little
UConn
deceptive.
just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah.
You had Zach Edey doing his
Zach
thing.
Edey.
But
That team's too good. The UConn team was just too
Zach
good.
Edey could be a problem in the NBA.
You know what? I think it's this tournament run for him because I feel like we went into it like, yeah, he's the best player, but like, I think a lot of scouts were like, nah, it's not going to translate in the NBA. It's not going to work. But I think he proved a lot in this tournament run and maybe gets hit a little higher.
The thing about college is that if you're a 7'4" guy who's an athlete who can run and all that stuff, you're a matchup nightmare for 90% of the teams you're going to play. Like, it was finally until UConn also had a big dude that was able to match up against Edey. But if you look at Edey, I mean, you got a guy who's like 6'7", who's like taking him on the post, and it's like he's just like doing this jump hook over him. Yeah. It's unstoppable.
Yeah. It's way too easy. And then, you get to the NBA, it humbles you a little
You
bit.
get to the NBA, there's a lot of 7'4" guys, or guys who are like 7'1", 7'2".
Say, you currently got
every team is going to have a guy who is going to be able to match up. Like, may not be as good, but you're not going to be matched up against a guy who's 6'5".
Yeah, have fun doing that against, Victor Wembanyama or
Well,
something.
the Warriors don't have a guy that can. We don't have any big guy that's anywhere near 7
No,
foot.
they tried with
Draymond is our
Looney.
We're gonna be forever.
Looney's like a good
I don't know what
6'9".
it is. The last 30 years, the Warriors are like, we've really taken that Nelly ball to like the next level.
Andrew Bogut, the best big man of in the Warriors history the last 25 years. Looney might now be number 1. Then
Looney on every team is not their big man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. And then this is not a joke. Number 3 might be your Andres Biedrins as the best big man of the last 30 years.
Well, and the
Warriors
best hair.
history.
Yeah.
The best hair, man. Like Andre Biedrins.
Manu Bowl.
That's
true.
Go into a barber
Donald
shop and he's
Foyle.
like, give me the little boy's haircut.
Oh, beans.
So Jackson Holliday, I actually watched a pretty cool video. I don't know if you've seen it, Cody, where they brought him in the clubhouse. I'm assuming that was in his minor league clubhouse at the time.
Yes.
And was saying, "Oh yeah, we appreciate your dad helping you out. Have you talked to him?" He's like, "No." He's all, "Well, you need to call him because he's gonna want to get a pass to your pro debut." And it was like, "Oh,
Pretty cool.
Like, realized his dream and everything." I gotta say, Jackson Holliday looks like
He's
He's 12.
12 years old.
Yeah.
I can't believe how young he still looks.
He also, if you watch that whole interview or that whole content piece, it seemed like Jackson Holliday kind of just wanted to get out of. He didn't know what he was getting into, but it kind of seemed like it was real short, like answers, and he wanted to get out of that office.
He didn't seem totally surprised.
It was a lot of like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and again, it's always an amazing moment for any player. But again,
I feel the coach is like really trying to make it super dramatic.
Yeah.
And this kid's going to get called. He was going to get called up at some point.
Yeah.
It's not like
we were
going to be like 6 years down the road and we're just like waiting for Jackson Holliday to get that call up. Like, he probably already has a place in Baltimore where he's like, yeah, it's my condo. I was just planning on moving in at some point.
His dad's a former multiple-time All-Star, got MVP votes. Like, he's the number one consensus prospect. Like, yeah, this is the least surprising news. It's exciting regardless.
Why do you think he didn't make it out of spring training?
I don't know.
It's not a Rule 5 scenario,
they didn't.
I can't figure it out.
They literally sent him down, and he was down for a week.
I think they wanted him to get more at bats against lefties. I think that's what it was.
That's what I read too.
They wanted him to get a few more at bats against lefties.
You don't have somebody on staff that can throw the bullpen sesh. Yeah. That's a lefty.
They also have a lot of good infielders right now.
I was gonna say, what's his position?
What is 1 week difference?
Right.
Did they lose somebody?
I don't think so.
Hurt?
Well, Tony Kemp was on the team, and then they DFA'd Tony Kemp to put him on the team. Tony Kemp, by the way,
that would mean that Tony Kemp made the team out of spring training instead of Jackson Holliday.
Right. And I think it was, and again, they're going to say that, I guess, you can't, there's not the contract manipulation thing, the service time manipulation wasn't a factor because they called him up so early. It's a little weird.
It's weird. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, if I'm Baltimore, I feel from a marketing standpoint, it would be better opening day to be able to market Jackson Holliday making the team as opposed to like this weird
a week.
We're gonna wait a week.
It's also there is a huge logjam right now. Gunnar Henderson is playing shortstop a lot.
God, dude, they're so loaded.
You've got Jordan Westberg, who's been playing in the lineup every day for the most part,
and they still got hella prospects and down the pipeline.
Yeah. Colton Cowser just got called up, and he's been great. Adley, obviously. Yeah, there's Jorge Mateo, who was...
How's Mountcastle doing?
He's doing Mountcastle things.
The seasoned veteran?
The seasoned vet.
The seasoned vet?
The seasoned vet of the team now.
The seasoned vet of the team?
Yeah. So there's so many good young players. It's insane. I mean, I think I brought it up in the notes, but you now have... Because he's got called up early enough that Jackson Holliday rookies are going to be in top sets this year.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't think so.
Pump the brakes.
I don't think so.
If we go by the cutoff from the last few years, it's usually pre-Memorial Day.
Tops don't give a shit about your cutoff.
I'm just saying, though, that's usually what it's. The last few years has been pre-Memorial Day. You get called up, you are going to be in Topps products.
You could sell and make a lot more units if you put him in 2025 Top Series 1.
You can do that when it's like... If he got called up in June, July, I get it, but it's too early.
When did Ellie get called up?
He got called up post Memorial Day. He got called up in June. You look at the last few years.
I know, but
You're right, though. I get it.
I look at the dollar signs. I don't look at the cutoff dates.
I get it.
Looking for the money.
It would be a bummer.
If they start putting him in this year's stuff, this is going to be like an insane rookie class.
Because let's face it, I mean, Series 2 the checklist has probably already been done.
Yes.
It hasn't been printed up yet, but obviously I think they've already worked it out. So if he is going to be in anything, which I think
they could put him as a short print.
I think it's about a 15% chance that he's in update. Because if I'm Topps, I hold him for 2025.
I'm saying he's in
because I can sell so many more boxes in case I can make more. I can sell more.
I think they're going to do what they did with Bobby Witt, Julio Rodriguez a few years ago, where they went SPs in Series 2.
Oh, don't do that.
And I think that's what they're going to do.
But it's like...
then update, he is the star attraction.
Here's the other thing, though. Like, if you wait until 2025 Series 1, like, there's a chance... Is he going to be still hype by then?
Right. I think you lose too much steam at that point.
No.
Topps,
No.
you're right.
No,
The Topps does have a decision to make because they were probably hoping that it was a post Memorial Day call up, so they could justify using them for 2025. But now it's like, yeah,
Super
I mean,
early.
even seen. I mean, Ellie still is hyped, but like it would have been more hyped if he was in last year's products, right?
Jason Dominguez is hyped, but he's also injured until July. So, in a way, Topps kind of has to be like, this has to be the guy. Like, I know Ellie is still like doing things that are insane. The other night, I think he had a 450-foot home run and then an inside the park home run in the same
Whatever,
night.
He had inside the park home run. Yeah, what's his batting average? I mean, I see the highlights inside the park home run. I bet he's hitting,
I bet he's
hitting like 238.
I need to look up what Ellie's.
I'm looking at it right now.
I mean,
293,
okay. Well,
2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
I mean, it's also
Better than I think that I don't think anybody on the Giants has over 200. So I mean, we would take that.
It feels like that.
Hey,
They
Cody,
wanted
do you think this is a good segue? Because me and Cody were kind of talking before we started the show.
Oh,
here.
yes.
We talked because I seen that there was some hype for. There's people making mock-ups of the 101 MLB debut patches for like Jackson Chourio, right? For the guys that are going to be rookies this year. And then it's kind of like we were kind of talking about it, like how hype are we really about those? Because we seen how impossible they are to hit.
haven't seen any.
In 2020,
Still
2023.
Well, and that's the thing. We obviously figured it out last year because we were talking about it. We thought that definitive, diamond icons, it's going to be this. If that was the case, they would have all been hit, right? But the fact Topps was like, how do we monetize these? We make 1 million cases. Well, the problem with that is the hype dies down because none of them are pulled.
Yeah, the hype dies down. You let all that momentum go, and then by the time these guys are hit, because I would venture to guess there's still 70% of these that are still out there.
We know the Volpe's still out there.
Volpe's
Was
still
the
out
Walker,
there. Jordan Walker. I
I'm
believe,
saying-
still out
I'm
there.
Jordan
saying-
Walker was hit.
It was hit.
It
But
was
see,
hit.
and here's the problem is that should have been a big deal. And it's not because it's been almost
Now,
been like
I will
7
say this.
months.
I was watching opening day and opening weekend Major League Baseball, and a lot of announcers were talking specifically about the debut
I noticed
patch.
that too.
So I think that it's like crossing that line into mainstream. Now the average baseball fan is saying like, oh, that is a Major League debut patch. Now, if you connect the dots and you're like, I can actually get that in a card, I don't think those are going to fall off.
Yeah.
Now, I think you're right. I think the issue is that how many update Chrome boxes have been ripped?
Yep.
And why have we only seen 30%
30%.
of the 100?
Let me ask both of
Like,
you guys.
that's why I don't think that was the right product to put it in.
I was just about to ask you guys, what product do you see it being better avenue? Because I get why Topps does it. We all get why Topps does it because they can sell a bunch of Chrome update this way.
Yeah.
But then you go 5-6 months without hitting very many of them, and then the hype dies down. Whereas if you put it in a different product, Cody was saying that you put it in a different product where after 4 months, maybe the majority of them already been hit. Right.
Well, the problem, I think the better idea would be in regular Topps Chrome because the problem with it.
That's what I was just saying too.
The problem with the update is they've already used all of the main guys, so you weren't getting any Mike Trout color. You weren't getting any Shohei Ohtani because they were already in Chrome. So you basically were getting, you had the Lamborghinis in the set with the debut patches, and then you had Pintos for the rest of the cards. So every case was just Pinto, 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 Pinto. And guys were getting burnt out of getting these guys that are like 9th on the roster, 10th on the roster, bench on the roster as all the cards in the product.
There's a lot of people who in the demographic that are listening to this have no idea what a Pinto is.
Does Cody know what a Pinto is?
I know what a Pinto
I
is.
mean, people are like, why is he comparing a Lamborghini to beans? Because people go like, they're all, Chipotle, I get Pinto.
Yeah.
What if we say
Pinto.
hoopty? Do they understand if you say hoopty?
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have it done in time, but then they could obviously. But see, that's the thing. Topps Chrome already sells. They were looking at trying to bolster a product that they could make more of that doesn't normally sell. And,
And
they could make
it
the
worked
most of.
for the first few months. It definitely 100% worked compared to the previous year, right? The previous year was a struggle, a real struggle to get to sell and to get through.
I will say this: the one thing that they might be counting on is maybe that first run because there were less debut patches to pull from. made it so it was like, I'm not hitting any of these. This is impossible to hit these. There are now, basically, there's going to be every player that debuted last year that is now a rookie in this year's set, plus all of the rookie debuts up until whenever they cut off the rookies. This should be a much bigger pool to pull from. So maybe that's what they're hoping is like.
You
it's
know
not
what?
gonna be
If I'm Topps, I look at that and I'm like, you know what I can do? I could make more.
Yeah.
right.
So if you increase the print run, like granted, let's say we had 100 debut patches in 2023, 2024 update, we have 150, but we increase the run by 35%, then we're in the same boat.
Same boat.
Yeah.
Because we're still never going to see them. Like, I get it. Like, I would love to know the print runs on update. Like, out of last year, was there more update Chrome printed than any
100%.
any
Had
other
to.
product?
That's not even a question.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe besides Topps flagship.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's safe to say flagship, like Series 1, Series 2, and Update Regular were probably the only SKUs that were printed more. Mm-hmm. And then you had Update Chrome. But we actually may be wrong there. It might actually be, there might be more Update Chrome than anything else because it's readily available still. And again, like how much of it, we know how much we ripped. We know how much other breakers have ripped. And we know there's still some available, and we know that there's only been like 30, maybe 40 max of the debut patches pulled.
Unless
Is that basically saying that all the product that's been ripped out of Update Chrome, like, is there still 60% of the print run still out there? That is wild to even think about.
Yeah.
That's wild.
it is.
That is wild.
I think that's.
And I think I also would hope on Fanatics side, you know, they obviously see the numbers, the return from this year's Chrome update, or maybe like,
And it's not going. Chrome update has not gone up.
yeah, and maybe they're like,
That's the
okay,
other thing.
gone
Like,
down.
it's gone
let's
down.
make a little less. Let's keep them in there so we can still make a lot, but let's make a little less. Make it so people are actually hitting these at a decent
standalone
rate.
product. Call it something else like Topps debut or something, not pro debut, but like Topps debut. And maybe that's too close to pro debut, but where now your Ellie, like, because what you're getting Corbin Carroll still, but it was the sticker auto Corbin Carroll that was, you know, half the value of the Chrome rookie,
The true Topps
right?
Chrome
Because
rookie.
they were already using Topps Chrome, so it's like maybe if you made a standalone set that brought more value to the Ellies and the whoever they put in here for Evan Carter from this year,
Yeah.
and you have value amongst those base cards, value amongst I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think Conrad was talking about it earlier. What if you actually don't put it in Update Chrome and you put it in regular Chrome, regular Topps Chrome, but you increase the product run by 50%? We already know they make a lot of it. Like, they make they'll, like, if they do this, they make an absolute shit ton. So you are going to open up boxes and you're going to get destroyed. But you have all of the main rookies to chase. You have all of the pro debut patches to chase.
And all the big name vets.
And all the big name vets.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you
but
make
the
a
only
crap
way
box, but maybe
the only
you
way
get
that
Gold Trout
financially makes
base.
sense is if you make a lot. You make enough to increase what you made would have increased the update.
Yeah,
Right.
then
You're
but then
making
you have to
another
go back to
box.
the drawing board of like, what does Chrome update look like for that year?
Does
Probably
Chrome
gonna be a
update
lot less
exist?
autos.
You know what it looks
A
like?
box.
It looks like
It looks like nothing.
It looks like
it doesn't exist anymore.
It looks like the chopping board.
You know
Boom,
what? 'Cause
chopping
that's
block.
what I'm saying. Like,
Out of there.
Fanatics has been pretty smart with you know what they've been adding to these products. These products that we've spent decades ripping the same products over and over. So they've been pretty smart with adding things that make it keep things interesting and new and fresh. So I think they're going back to the drawing board for this year, and we'll see. I think putting it in Topps Chrome like we've been discussing is a great idea, and you can increase production on there.
And you
it
gotta-
just makes so
yeah.
much sense because you have a chance at the big name vets, you have a chance at all the big rookies, and then you have a chance at the MLB debut patch, even though they've you know 50% more.
I think I would be really surprised if there isn't some sort of change because they have to see it losing steam. And you look at, and this, again, we've talked about it even last year, that this is the real litmus test of the MLB debut patches this season because you have a huge potential lineup of MLB debut. We already know Ellie De La Cruz, Jason Dominguez, Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford. These guys are going to have MLB debut patches. You throw in Jackson Holliday, you got to figure out how do we keep the hype machine rolling while not losing.
I got a question though. If
making it
Jackson
irrelevant.
Holliday doesn't get a flagship base card, rookie, do they put his pro debut patch in this year, or do they hold it?
No,
They have to wait till next
They
year.
hold it till next year.
Here's the thing.
2025, man. Get your pre-orders in now.
People are already listening to this. I should mention, people are listening to this on Thursday. We're talking about this. We have not. There's going to be a Topps Now card tomorrow on Thursday.
Eclipse?
Well, maybe, Eclipse Part 2. There's going to be a Topps Now card of Jackson Holliday that is going to tell us exactly the answer we're waiting for. If it has that rookie card logo, then it tells us all we need to know.
It's going to be a countdown to the next Eclipse Topps Now card.
That's right. Every
It's going
day.
to be a Mitsubishi.
They're going to make
Eclipse.
one every day for
Every
the next
day.
29 years.
Better believe it.
Yeah, I mean, so do we know, is Churio going to be in?
Churio, we know
He'll
for a
probably be
fact.
Series 2 then, right?
Churio is in. We know that. Wyatt Langford. Anybody who debuted on opening day is in. We know
Yeah,
that.
man.
Which
Crazy rookie class.
Which
They don't
already,
need Jackson Holiday this
It
year.
gives
They
you
don't need
Yamamoto.
him.
It gives you Jung Hoo Lee. It gives you a lot of guys.
If I'm Topps, I don't put Jackson
They
Holiday.
don't need him, but
if
man.
I'm looking at it from a financial standpoint, I am that basically just that name alone is going to boost sales for my whole 2025. All my releases in 2024 doesn't need the boost.
It's already loaded.
Why would I?
We
I
say
know,
this.
I know. I get it. It's
is
bad.
early.
It's bad for the collector.
Super early too.
But
It's early.
financially, if I'm sitting at a seat in Topps where I can make a decision, I'm like, let's push for 2025.
We say all this, but
Let's protect ourselves in 2025, and we have 2 years that we know we're going to be able to print a lot of product and make a lot of money.
I just don't know if Topps should worry about that because the fact is, how many?
There's always gonna be a new guy, too.
Exactly. There will always be somebody. We've all seen it before that there's always going to be that next guy. We're all already looking.
Let's
we're-
make
we're already
2024 great.
Look, Dylan Cruz is probably getting called up this summer. That's enough to carry 2025 Topps flagship in Topps products.
We haven't even seen his Bowman.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't even seen his Bowman, but they're already talking about, he could be up this summer. So we already know he's going to be in 2025 Topps. If that's
dude, the rookies this
if
year.
that's right.
If Jackson Holiday's
So,
in here,
I don't. Yeah, I
So
know.
why do you
I
need
get
Jackson
it. I
Holliday?
get it. I get
Yeah,
it. I
anyway.
don't make decisions.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll be exciting.
I'll
I just say that it'll be exciting for baseball.
I'm still betting
Collectors.
on Holiday will be in it, and it's going to be a crazy rookie class.
So, which brings me into the Bowman talk that there is 3 SKUs this year, and May 8th is your Bowman date. We've got Hobby, which is a 12-box case, 1 auto per. We have the Jumbo, which is 3 autos per. And we have the Breaker Delight this year. So it's the first time that the Breaker Delight is being offered, which is a 6-box case, 3 autos.
Delight.
I'm thinking Hobby might be the wave this year, dude.
Might be the what?
Might be the wave. Might be the way to go.
actually
12
think,
autos.
I think Delight. I think Delight.
So do
I think Delight is. I think Delight is going to be where all the good stuff comes out of.
You know,
Oh, Birdie told me that too.
I think the Delight is going to be where everybody wants to put their money.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you get
Buy
straight.
at Mojobreak.com.
You get straight to the action on Delight.
Straight to the action.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody likes base cards, right?
I mean, I like my color. I like my chrome color.
But some that segues right into talking about Bowman draft, Jackson Holiday, and some of his autos. Looks like a orange PSA 10 first Bowman 2022 Bowman draft.
Best one to get.
$20,845 recent sale on that one.
Color match.
Love it.
Or color match.
Beautiful looking
And
card.
collectors have spoken. They agree with you guys because the Red Wave PSA 10 sold for $18,000.
Not your daddy. Number to 5. Not your daddy's red.
Damn, and dude, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, but it's not your daddy.
20
if
copies
If
less?
it was honestly like
Red?
red
Yeah.
regular, it goes for what, 35, 40,
Probably.
50 maybe.
Potentially.
You're right. You're right.
Do we need to get rid of the waves?
No,
Well,
they
I mean,
can't-
yes,
they
we
can't make
absolutely
as
need to
much
get rid of
then.
the wave. Oh, you're talking. You're talking. Yeah.
well,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
well, you're talking red waves.
We in Oakland. I mean, we in Sacramento. Where are we at?
Oh boy. Oh man.
Sight ballpark,
Oh man. Tough.
You gonna go to Sacramento see a game?
Tough.
Isn't San Jose? Isn't it excite?
That's right. San Jose.
Oh,
is
wait,
now
what's
accepted.
no? It's Sutter Health.
Sutter Health. I still call it Rayleigh Field, but it is Sutter Health Field. Yes.
Sutter Health Field.
Yes.
How many people?
14,000.
Well, half full.
Intimate.
8,000,
Well, about
7,000?
should we mention 4,000 of that is the grass, the little grass hills you can sit on. And hey, look,
They draw. They're going to draw the same amount they're drawing in Oakland and Sacramento. 6,000 max.
maybe less.
Yeah, less.
Maybe
You think
less.
it's going to be less?
Potentially.
And Sacramento is doing this because they
weird.
want to put their hat in the ring of getting an expansion team.
Yes, they are literally saying you can play here for free.
They are going to try to make that place look packed. They are going to drag people
gonna
into
try.
that stadium. They are going to basically
They're gonna
run
pay
out.
people.
They are going to run
to
out
go
on the
games.
streets of Sacramento and just be like, give you $20 to go to the game.
Like the beam.
To quote A's owner John Fisher, come out here to watch the A's hit home runs or Aaron Judge. Can't name an A's player.
Well, you guys are.
But
I
can
was
name
gonna
Aaron
say-
Judge. Come watch
I
a
was gonna
team
say,
from player from an
imagine-
opposing team beat us.
Imagine this time next year you're in Sacramento and you could be like, I'm gonna go see De'Aaron Fox and I'm gonna go see Zach Geloff.
I would love, and it's not going to
They
happen.
better change those colors to purple, dude.
I would love for the A's to go on a ridiculous run, and next year, or this year,
in
whatever,
Sacramento.
And win a couple World Series.
Oh my God!
And what do you do?
Oh, my
like if
God.
you can't basically take a team
And
that just won a World Series and be like, pack up the moving trucks
you in
because you're
Vegas.
out of here.
Nevada, baby.
I hope they need to
And
change those colors
where's
to purple,
the
dude.
parade? Where is it? Is it in Vegas?
It's a
They're
virtual
like,
parade.
no, we're gonna have the parade in Vegas because this is our team just won.
I don't know what
downtown
would happen. You're
Sacramento, baby.
right. I
Downtown
don't know
Sac,
what
yeah.
would happen.
Downtown
You are
Sac.
absolutely right.
I don't think-
But they're not
well,
going
I'll tell you right now,
to wear
Major-
Sacramento on their jersey.
I'll tell you right now, Major League Baseball will make sure it doesn't happen.
You better believe that. And so, you know who else will? John Fisher.
Oh yeah, he'll be like, "Are we about ready to win 120 games?"
Nope. Hit the
All
lose
right,
button.
everybody's sent down.
Yep.
We're bringing up everybody from single A.
Hey, I mean, they were already doing it. They sent down the major league leader in stolen bases last year.
It's basically we're gonna pick.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick 26 attendees of this game. You got to play for the A's tonight.
Yeah.
Strap on a jersey, and you're in the game.
That's a great promotion. Play for the A's night.
And I was gonna say it was like that era. You guys all remember in the early 2000s for the Warriors, where like it don't matter what business you went to, they like
Free tickets.
free ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Every business in the Bay Area was giving you tickets to the
yeah.
Warriors.
It's a
game.
great timeout.
Wasn't there? At
It's like welcome to McDonald's.
there
Here's
was-
some tickets to Warriors.
I think
game.
at one point it was like I think you test drive a Kia, you got Warrior tickets.
Yeah,
Yep,
you got.
I've been there.
yeah.
That's how it's gonna be for the Sacramento A's, dude.
Oh,
It's going to be like, go to Sacramento Starbucks, get a latte, and get a free ticket to the A's.
Yes.
they're either
Buy
gonna
the whole
play-
season for $50.
They're either playing in Sacramento or they're gonna go. I think the dark horse is Salt Lake. Because I don't know if you saw Arizona Coyotes are moving to Salt Lake. It sounds like.
No.
Yeah,
Arizona?
yeah.
Why?
Coyotes moving to Salt Lake City. They've been trying to get people to. They're trying hard. They got the committee that's trying hard to get sports teams.
Wow. Okay.
Big news in the hobby. eBay acquires Goldin Auctions. The hobby's biggest home for auctions team up. I think the caveat to the deal is that PSA also is acquiring eBay's vaults. What this means to collectors is you could send out your card, your Jackson Holliday rookie card or Bowman card or whatever you do, off to PSA, and then you could immediately send it from PSA to eBay without having to get it back. So
Is PSA details here? Is PSA listing the card for you, or are they literally sending it to eBay and then eBay is listing the card for you?
that's a good question. It doesn't.
Don't think those details have been hammered out
Okay.
quite yet. Because I know it's not.
But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, wait a second. You still have to. You don't get the card back. But you still have
There
to list
there were.
It'd
Well,
probably-
no.
it would probably be
somebody better be listing it.
You have you. I
It'd
think
probably be PSA consignment on
Right.
eBay or something like
you
that.
have the option. I think is what it
ComC
is.
does it right.
Yeah, you have the option of when you get it graded, They are like, do you just want to have this posted?
Posted immediately on.
You just have it posted immediately, even before it gets back in your hands, or it may not even go in your. I think that's
that.
Is it
that
doesn't even go
part. That part is exciting to me.
So
that part
have,
is
now. I mean, we have PSA having a partnership with eBay. We have ComC having a partnership with eBay. eBay's kind of becoming
Goldin, of course. Yeah.
Well, being a giant now.
Yeah, I mean, all this is probably in terms to compete with Fanatics, who's purchased PWCC. PWCC does high-end auctions as well. I think eBay has looked at their high-end auctions kind of go by the wayside. Any card that's over like 20 grand is getting shipped to Goldin. So, these like Logo Mans, any of that stuff is going right to Goldin because they're getting premiums over there. They have premium buyers. So eBay, smart decision in order to, get those auctions back to eBay.
Yeah.
Because PWCC got kicked off the platform. Probe Scene's still there, but I think everybody that's gotten big cards has chose to not go to eBay with it. What would you say about sub like $20,000, $30,000, maybe $50,000 cards?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you hit a $30,000 or $40,000 card, where are you sending it?
Right. Well, and that really helps. I mean, I also wonder about the fees because we know with Goldin, the buyer gets 100% of the sale in most cases because there's a 20% buyer premium. So that's where they're making their money back. And in some instances, I know they even give you some of the buyer premium too. So if you list it on eBay, you're going to get hit 20% off of the final value sale. So your $100,000 card, you'd get $80,000 as a seller. But on Goldin, you'd still get the $100,000.
So they're probably going to come with some type of compromise, I would assume. Because like if you want the high-end market, that you got to kind of, you don't you think they got to kind of follow the same blueprint?
Well, I'm assuming
Goldin?
these sites are still going to be separate. I don't think, maybe with a little bit of interjection, like it'll probably be like, if you're searching Chet Holmgren Logo Man, it'll be like, it'll come up on eBay, but it'll probably take you to Goldin as well.
Yeah, I actually think we're probably, at least for the foreseeable future, Goldin is probably going to run as an independent business, very similar to what we've seen. Now, maybe in a year or two, you're going to see a little of interconnection with the two. But I think right now, you're probably not going to see much of a difference.
Yeah, well, they're still trying to. It takes time to integrate together.
Yeah, so I mean, deals have not been finalized. The arrangement will allow U.S. collectors and dealers to list items for sale as soon as they are authenticated, which we said. This will benefit the hobby above all else, which is the primary goal of innovative partnership between PSA and eBay, stated Nat Turner, CEO of Collectors. We will drastically improve the collector experience by creating a seamless end-to-end journey. No matter an individual collector's goals, the partnership will make collecting safer, easier, and more fun. eBay says the moves will support more streamlined buying, selling, grading, and storage experience for all those who participate in the trading card hobby in the United States. The acquisition marks eBay's first purchase of sports collectibles-focused company, although the company did announce an investment in trading card consignment platform COMC in November. More move comes after $853 million deal by Nat Turner and Mets over Steve Cohen to acquire PSA in February of 2021. Less than a half year later, collectors acquired Goldin Auctions. Now, just over a year after a major expansion by Goldin to rival eBay, they are under the same roof. So, written by Cody there. Thanks.
Yeah. Shout out Sports Collectors Daily. Very thorough reporting on that one.
I like it. I think it's good for the hobby. I think they're definitely trying to compete with Fanatics, and I think the writing's on the wall that Fanatics is probably going to acquire, if I had to guess, some type of grading service. Because if you look at everything Fanatics does, the one hole that they have in their portfolio right now as far as the industry is grading. So I think that is going to be something that we're probably going to see in the future, like in the near future, probably.
They have done some partnerships, I know, with PSA the last few months.
I don't think that is going to happen.
That's out the window now. That feels like that's out the window. SGC, of course, acquired by PSA, so that's out the window.
That obviously isn't going to happen. So I think the writing is on the wall. I mean, I don't want to like make up rumors or anything, but if hypothetically, if I had to guess, if they were going to acquire a current grading company that already has a name, Beckett is the one that I think is the
Those
obvious
ugly-ass
one.
slabs, I don't know.
Great looking slabs.
Yeah, It makes the most sense.
I honestly think that
If you're bargain bin shopping.
I think if you're
I mean, I would go HGA.
if you're
Oh God.
they do have the AI technology.
And the custom slabs.
Well, hey, you know what? Someone remind me real
I mean,
quick.
you're out of your mind if I know it's for content,
Right.
but you're out of your mind if you're like, I'm a big company and I'm looking to purchase a grading company, and you basically say HGA in the same breath as Beckett.
CGC, CSG not acquired by anybody. They're still doing their own thing by themselves.
They've always been their own thing there. That
Okay.
Comic book company. Yep.
That could be
Comic
one
book grading.
where if they don't want to go Beckett, if Beckett's playing a hard bargain, then
Beckett.
wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Beckett's the obvious
I think
one.
right
Beckett's the
now,
obvious one.
if I was in the business of buying businesses, which I never have been, I really feel that you can get Beckett at probably the best value.
Yes.
For what you're getting with the name behind it. It is a industry standard name still. Regardless if you like their slabs or don't like their slabs, like everybody who's in this industry knows Beckett, and you don't have to sell people on learning something new. It's got a substantial name behind it.
Am I tripping because, like Cody was alluding to, and I know the eBay PSA and Goldin has these new deals that just was announced, but I've been seeing a lot of advertisements lately. It's like Fanatics and PSA go good together.
Well, I will say the dark horse. If I was a betting man, this would probably be like, if I was setting the bets, it'd be like a 1,500 to one shot. Tag. I will say Tag's slabs look great.
They do. They
do some innovative things. I wish I would have gotten this because they were doing it for free at Burbank. They make you a custom card of yourself. They could put an auto spot for it and have you sign the auto, and they're like Prism cards. They look like that.
Man, I want to do that.
You can do it out for $40 through their website. But
I'll do that.
They were doing it free for all VIP entries into the Burbank Card Show, and there was a lot of people that were doing it. And they also can, if you're doing like buybacks and stuff like that, all of your cards come wrapped to open. So like you send in 100 cards, they come blind bagged. So you could literally go straight to buyback if you want to.
And you can also do a reveal.
Yes.
And there's more like drama to the reveal because you're opening up something. They do a lot of things, and I'm not backing. I've never tried their grading company.
Neither have I. So
I'm not backing it, but I've seen certain things, and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I actually like their slab. I like the way they put the writing on the slab. It's like kind of looks like it's embedded in the slab itself. And yeah, the blind wrapping on when you get them back, I think that's cool. As far as like how they grade, I have no idea.
Looks like they have 26,000 baseball cards graded currently in their system. They have.
I also feel that
8,000 basketball cards graded in their system and 13,000 football cards graded in their system.
And I do believe that they have a database when you get your card graded, it'll actually have a scan of it that'll tell you where the flaws were.
Right.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of innovation to the table.
They do a lot of good things. But the secondary market,
been around long enough.
The secondary market is not going to I could guarantee you, like you take a card that is PSA 10 and a tag 10. I don't even know if they do. Those cards are going. The tag is going to get 20%.
They haven't been around long enough
that the PSA would get.
They haven't been around long enough, but I do kind of see the vision here because if you're Fanatics, if you're Tag, you're like, let's just come in, like, let's come with our pitch, guns blazing, like, let's really pitch them on, like, we're the
cool
future, we're the cool, we're like all that. And if you're Fanatics, you're like, one, obviously the cheapest option. Two, their whole because they go the whole like QR code thing, the integration with Fanatics Live and the app could be really cool, something that they could tap into that nobody else can do, and they can also basically be like, we can kind of call the shots of like
why not just go for Tag and Beckett? Let's just
honestly, if you're Fanatics, you could also do that.
Is Tag the one that has Jeter attached to it? Is he?
No, that's Arena Club.
Club.
Which
Arena Club.
There's not been a ton of momentum there with Arena Club as far as I haven't noticed it as much with the other ones, but
if I was, again, hypothetically, if I was Fanatics and I'm making that pitch and I am buying tag, because there is really not a marketing name behind it, I'm basically taking their tech, taking their slab, and I'm putting Fanatics grading.
And I think that's where they could see the opportunity.
Now, if I'm Fanatics and I'm buying Beckett, I'm keeping Beckett's name.
Yeah, you're buying that for the brand.
But if I'm buying a company like Tag that hasn't been around long enough, I am taking their IP and I'm putting Fanatics.
You buy Tag, you use all that cool innovation and technology,
and
you buy Beckett. And then you put all that technology with the Beckett name.
Oh yeah,
behind it.
That's a BOGO, dude.
Yep.
It's a buy one get one. Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying don't put us on the board, but you know what I'm saying.
Well,
I mean, this is this table that we're at is very like board-like table. So I mean, I think we're qualified.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, and we're like giving all these grading companies shout outs. Arena Club has something that I just stumbled upon, which I think is kind of interesting. It's called the Arena Club Slab Packs. And not just Arena Clubs graded. They have PSA, Beckett in there as well. It's full checklist, digitally ripped. So
I saw this, yes.
So you can go in there and buy. It's not available now. It says sign up now when the print run comes out. It says Pokemon, basketball, baseball, football. Reveal your packs instantly. Full transparency of all available cards.
So they're doing a pack.
But you can buy in your chonies at 2 a.m. and get it instantly.
Over a decade ago, I think Doug, myself, and one of our friends had the same exact idea.
Yeah. Just didn't have enough money to pull it.
Well, yeah. Should have jumped on that.
And they're only $10 to grade and 14-day turnaround. So.
Yeah, we're adding too many. I already want to check out Tag now. I can't add any more grading companies to my mental capacity. Arena, sorry, you guys gonna have to wait.
Sorry.
Unless you get bought by Fanatics.
I like the repack idea. That's a cool idea. I mean, you guys obviously have said you guys had the same idea years ago, but
sorry, Arena Club.
I'm already like PSA Beckett. I told you guys I love the CSG, the comic book company, and I want to check out Tag because I want to make my own card now. So four grading companies. I think I'm gonna. I'm gonna draw it right there, man.
Elite grading. You're not jumping on board.
No, sorry, Elite.
Not jumping on board with Elite.
Sorry, Elite. Sorry, translogical
Somebody has to come out with,
morphitation.
somebody needs to come out with flawless grading, right?
Yeah, that's like a no-brainer.
Flawless grading, immaculate grading.
Inception.
Topps Chrome grading. Let's just
this
go.
This grade isn't very flawless, guys.
Actually, interesting enough, on Arena Club they have showrooms of people's cards, and Derek Jeter has a showroom. Steve Nash has a showroom. Patrick Willis has a showroom. And like Dr. Collectible and Breaks with Jess, and they all have their cards on display.
Cool. Sweet.
In their showrooms.
Sweet.
Kind of interesting. But yeah, so we'll have to see what comes up with this eBay Goldin thing. So and I think there's a Goldin sees the Netflix show coming out again.
It's interesting. Honest question. Where else is there to put up your cards to sell or auction that's not affiliated with eBay and Goldin at this point? The secondary market. I'm trying to really...
PWCC.
Okay, so there's still PWCC. I was going to say.
PWCC.
But wait. Yeah, okay, that's right. They're right.
Friends
with
at
Fanatics.
PWCC.
That's with Fanatics. So, yeah.
Friends.
Because I was going to say, that's the next question where people will be like...
Our friends,
wait a
are
minute.
they sponsoring the show?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
They should be.
Sponsors?
Sure.
You.
No, but we got an account. We've been buying some stuff from them.
Yeah. So you've got,
sponsors?
Under the
maybe
Fanatics,
you?
Maybe you. I think we got it set up. I think we're tax exempt as a business on there.
go.
So
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I buy a few cards.
I know. I just checked out yesterday. No tax.
There you go. So if you want something that's not all under that umbrella, you got the good folks at PWCC. But I think, we said it. Everything's streamlined. It's going to make everything easy.
PWCC still deals in
Com-
all
ComC?
value cards.
All what?
Well, ComC's
all
under
value, it's not
the
just
eBay
high-end.
umbrella too, right?
True, but you can still send your cards to
Of
ComC.
course, but it is
So
under...
basically, you're like, so you're basically saying like, what if you, and I'm not again. So say like, you don't like eBay.
Yeah, that's what I'm
eBay's
saying.
done you wrong.
Not that
and you're
you know.
like, you're all, I'm never going back to eBay ever.
Right.
What are your other options?
Right.
Like I have cards to sell. Where do I go?
And I don't want to do eBay.
Amazon?
Right.
Craigslist,
Amazon.
Amazon.
Craigslist.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I would say
Let go.
if there's any
Etsy.
if there's
Custom
any
cards on
untapped
Etsy.
market, it feels like it's only Amazon. But
I don't think they
probably get
they'll
it.
Which is,
deal with
yeah, I don't
sealed
even
stuff
know what
sometimes,
they would
but
do.
not
Probably
the.
get a
not single cards.
I don't see single cards.
Probably get a whatnot account to sell. I think they approve everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Well, C-Rad's gonna be live in 10 minutes. He's got to drive over there because we're in a hotel. So we'll see him live on the feed.
Chilling at the Holiday Inn here.
Yeah. Exactly. With the show, we're at the Holiday Inn.
That's true.
So he's gonna drive in his Mitsubishi Eclipse over there. From the Holiday
Mitsubishi
Inn.
Solar Eclipse.
Yeah, exactly. The Eclipse gum and Mitsubishi Eclipse was being used a lot on Monday. So
Yeah. Total Eclipse of the Heart, all that.
yeah,
Which is not a car they make anymore.
no.
Yeah.
They are
Mitsubishi?
I love the
Mitsubishi
Eclipse, the
is
old
not
school
even
one,
a-
dude.
Mitsubishi's still a thing.
They're still
I
around.
don't think so.
Not that big, but they are.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Should look it up.
I think
I'm
they
gonna-
went away. The Lancer was the last thing I think they had.
I think they're still.
I'm gonna drive my Mitsubishi Solar Eclipse while listening to Total Eclipse of the Heart back to the office.
No, you could buy an Outlander,
Yeah,
Mitsubishi Outlander.
Mitsubishi is still a thing.
But you can't buy an Eclipse.
No, I don't think they make those anymore. All right, guys, we'll check out the breaks over at, oh, no, they do have an Eclipse Cross. Anyways.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, but check out the breaks, Mojobreak.com. We've been breaking plenty of heritage. We still got a little bit of Flawless. We're doing basketball, tons of stuff on Mojobreak.com, and we'll see you guys next week on The Hype. Peace.